Okay, welcome to What's Niggling Me. By the title, you can tell, or you either feel one way. It's a joke. I find it funny. So this is about the State of the Union yesterday. Basically, Mr. Trump addressed Congress. And that racist had the nerve to honor a black kid with cancer. I wonder what Jasmine Crockett. Oh, actually, I already know. She's fucking just dumb. We'll find some way to complain. Because I know she's going to try and run for 2028 president. A real black woman. Kabbalah, I just can't believe that. I don't believe she is. I believe she's Indian. But I I went through the whole thing. I took notes the whole time. I want to say Trump got about 60 standing ovations. 60. It was like a rally. This black kid DJ Daniel, maybe it was Daniels, I don't know, can't remember. Got brain cancer 2018, given 5 months to live. And he's alive today. Always wanted to be a cop. There was a video like last year of a bunch of people making fun of him. Okay? Trump has him in there. His dad's fucking crying proud of him. Picking his son up when Trump addresses him. And then he gets like a honorary Secret Service badge. The kid's like, I don't fucking know how old he is. The kid's like 10 years old maybe. 10, 12, 13. He's young. Had fucking brain cancer, brain fucking surgery. Like, the kid fucking, innocent kid, fucking hugs the guy that gives him the Secret Service badge. Like, the place was cheering like crazy. Then he went and honored Roberto Ortiz, a border officer. Calling Trump a racist is the funniest shit. Seriously, the funniest shit. I don't care anything else you say about Trump if you say that he's a racist, because I know you just like are just throwing words out and you don't even know. You're just throwing words out. You could say that he sympathizes with Zionists, and I don't like that. But then at least you can actually point out something factual. And I know you know a little something. Democrats were rowdy to start, but a little bit rowdy. They had like I don't know if you ever seen like an auction. You hold up a thing. They had these stupid little things, and then one guy was yelling with his cane. He got the boot. Bunch of geriatric fucking losers. Ooh. He chirped Joe Biden a few times. Called him the worst president ever. Pretty funny. It was way past Joe Biden's bedtime, so he didn't get to see that. He said he froze all foreign aid. What about Israel? If any of the media, the news fucking loser stations want to attack them on something, they won't, because who owns them? I'd like to know if that you're shutting off Ukraine's aid. Are you shutting off Israel's aid? He's getting out of the new Green Deal, the green scam there, the Paris Climate Accords, the WHO, the UN, and ending electric car mandates. Those sound all like good ideas. The WHO, I just saw within the past few days that they're bitching and moaning about funding. Bill Gates is the biggest funder of fucking the WHO. He has a lot of money. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They want to fucking give people shots all over the world. Have them fucking fund that fucking piece of garbage organization. They failed during COVID, and they already knew. They already had. Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, the WHO. They already ran a pandemic simulation before COVID. They're fucked. I don't want to be part of WHO either. He's gonna make up people make federal workers show up for their job instead of staying at home. If my tax dollars were going to government employees that were staying at home instead of going to work, I'd be fucking pissed too. I'm sure we fucking do that. They did it during COVID. Try to go to a government fucking service here or try to call. It's a fucking disaster. Canadians on the internet are acting all high and mighty. Trust me, the majority of them are just pussies parroting the shit that Justin Trudeau and the fucking losers on the corporate fucking news are telling them. They were sheep during COVID. They let our country run into the fucking ground. They didn't say anything about fucking Justin Trudeau fucking and Chrystia Freeland's policies. How much does carbon tax? If you're a fucking Canadian, how much are you do you pay more a year on your bills because of carbon tax? You should have been bitching about that. You let these fucking losers in our government pass all these dumbass policies. And now, oh, let's blame everything on Trump and Elon. Where the fuck have you been? Where was all that energy before? You're just doing what the fucking news tells you. Whatever their narrative is, they're gonna parrot that, just like stand with Ukraine. Fuck those fucking people. Zelensky, he fucking murdered a fucking ton of Ukrainians. Those Ukrainian people should never have died. But he didn't want to fucking... He's just an actor, just a fucking puppet. And that war should have never happened. They should have never banned the fucking Russian language and Russian religion in fucking Ukraine. And they went and did that. Sweet, got a train coming by. Surprisingly, that doesn't happen often when I'm doing this. I don't think. Trump taunted the Democrats about going after him with the legal system. He said free speech is back in the USA. And I believe it more because I'll say some stuff online that they would have not let me say 4 years ago, even 2 years ago. Zuckerberg's letting me say more. I fucking comment on Justin Trudeau's tweets still. Because I don't fucking like him. I'll comment on Pierre Poilievre's fucking shit too. Because I don't trust any of these fucking politicians. Would they say something stupid? I'll fucking respond back. They're gonna hire based on skill and competency and not race and gender. That seems like common sense, but no. Every fucking time you apply anywhere here in Canada, it's all about fucking, they want to know all about your identity. Gotta hit those hiring quotas for that social economic score. Oh, this is the one I actually wanted to start this with this, but I was like, you know what? This speech was like an hour and 40 minutes. I'm trying to, the majority of people are probably not going to watch it, but I will watch everything all the way through. I don't want clips and headlines. I want the whole fucking thing. So I watched this, but I know most people just want clips and headlines. So I'm just going to try and sum this up. But this is my big one. This is my biggest one because I love athletics my whole life. And I don't, and I will. I think about it sometimes about saying all the things that niggle me about athletics, but like even just the gym, more specifically, working out specifically, it's just, there's a lot, and I don't want to, for some reason, I just don't want to. There's a ton of things, and it'll just be real negative, even though I'm not sure how positive all the previous episodes have been. I don't want to just be harping on, I don't know. Anyways, no more men in women's sports. This one's bothered me for fucking years, because a lot of people act like it's not a big deal. And it is a big deal. This Peyton McNabb girl. Okay, I remember seeing this video. You can look it up. This Peyton McNabb girl playing volleyball and gets spiked in the face. Like, gets a ball spiked in her face from a guy that used to, or a person that was born a guy and is a girl now, spiked this ball in this girl's face during a game. And she has brain damage. Like, that's fucked. Trump says you will lose all federal funding if you allow it. It's like your state or whatever. Because like probably loser Governor Gavin Newsom is probably gonna allow that shit. I love women. Women. I love them. But girls or women like fought for rights. They only really had them for not that long. And already they, like, it's real fucked. I can remember going to the college had a pool when I was a kid. Like, we'd go there sometimes, I don't know, on the weekends or something. I can't really remember. We were young. But like, it's the men's change room is like big, and it's got like benches and everything and lockers, and you go out into the pool through there. And that would have been real weird. I like said this to my mom before. I was like, can you imagine if when we were at like the pool at the college when we were younger on the weekend, and you go into the change room, and a person that was born a guy that's now feels like a girl is getting naked in there with you. Like, that's fucking weird that we're gonna allow that. Like, that's doesn't seem it just doesn't seem right. So that's one thing. How many parents, how many dads that have like daughters gotta bring them to the bathroom when they're a little kid? It's a tough situation. Do you let your and then like they get to a certain age and you like let your daughter go into the girls' room by themselves, right? And what if there's like it's Nancy Mace is like all about not letting that happen. I get it, but the sports thing, like and they're pushing this shit all around the world. The liberal policy is pushing this all around the world. I don't like. There's a reason that you don't see any born girls that feel like guys competing in men's sports. There's a reason you don't see it. Because they're not going to win at all. They're not going to. They're just not. That should just be some basic logic, but it's not for everybody for some reason. Like, girls lose. Girls already have. Social media is bad in general. It's not good for boys. Like, I can see it from the boys' perspective, it's not good. But it's bad, so bad for the girls. Before it, there was maybe you got made fun of at school. And then you got to go home and hang away with specific friends or no friends or whatever, but you got away from the bullying of whatever. I don't know. Maybe you had braces or whatever. I don't know. They're calling you ugly. I don't fucking know what it is. But then, and you only like you go home and you go on social media and it's there. If a girl has a social media account, anything they post, they can be commented on. It's a disaster. Girls already have a self-image issue to begin with. That's why, like, playing sports or working out and being encouraged and is a good thing for him to try and build some self-confidence. But when you let guys go in there, that people that are born guys that think they're girls, I've seen the track. It's fucking stupid. All the winners are guys that think they're girls. And you're taking away possible scholarship opportunities from women. You're making them possibly quit for either they feel uncomfortable, because a lot of times they're forced to change with them. Multiple girls have said this from multiple teams that have played with these people, played with guys that think they're girls. It's dangerous. That's just an obvious. But there's so many other things besides it's dangerous. Volleyball. I'm even talking about a contact sport. Volleyball got this girl brain damage. There should be 0 cases of this at all. But there's a lot. More than people actually think. There's a ton. Just in the United States, there's a ton. It's happening here in Canada too, but there's a ton in the United States. It's a joke. There's going to be records that will never be broken because it's from a guy that thought he was a girl. You're taking away placings. You're discouraging girls that are born girls going into play against a guy and knowing, fuck, I'm going for second place. I've heard multiple girls say, I'm just basically trying to get second place because I already know I can't get first. Like, that's fucked. It's just discouraging. Not good. Not a good trend to be continuing on. Unfortunately, we're gonna allow that here in Canada still. That's my biggest one of the one thing he said out of all these things, because that one's just bothered me, because I worked out with lots of different girls, and it's important for girls to find something they're good at and be encouraged and be able to do it and build some self-confidence. And this hurts girls' self-confidence. He brought up Doge and had an interesting reception, obviously. Trump taunted him with Elon, and then went on to name some dumb expenses you can look up. The $8 million for mice, making mice transgender. $8 million on that. That's nothing compared to the experiments. The other experiments are nuts. On monkeys, like nuts. Transitioning monkeys. Then giving them like Viagra, but not Viagra, and seeing how horny they get. Like, so fucking dumb. And I heard recently that there's quite a few monkey places. There's some monkey places. I'm gonna look them up. I was supposed to look something up for this podcast, and I forget. I was so focused on this. But I think there's a place where they breed that it's pretty sick. Where do they get all these animals to test on? They breed them. Oh no, it's not monkeys. Beagles. Well, they're breeding these animals, but at the places that I heard about, they're places where they breed beagles for these experiments. Real fucked. This is not 100%. I think Colorado. Onwards. This guy, Donald Trump, thinks he's going to balance the budget. Let's find out what the budget is. What the deficit is. I think it's probably like $40 trillion for the United States. Trillion. United States deficit. Deficit of increase of the deficit tracker. Where's Rand Paul's fucking thing? That's all I want to know. Where's the total debt? This shouldn't be this hard. 1.9 trillion. Doesn't seem like the right answer. National debt. Give me a real number. Whoa. Holy fuck. USDebtClock.org. What a fucking page. I don't know if I want to show you my tabs. Let me look at them. Sure. That's a hell of a page. Oh shit. The total debt is 36 trillion. And climbing. It was 33 the last time I saw. Last time I looked. What a screen. I can't wait to look at later. There's debt from just everything. Yeah, so he thinks he's balancing the budget, and he thinks this gold card, people paying $5 million to get a citizenship, to get a green card. You can move to the country for $5 million. My crypto's not going to do that good. Very interesting. Never heard of something like it. Very interesting. Will any headline say that Trump says no tax on tips? Overtime. That's crazy. That's pretty impressive. No tax, making all companies no tax on overtime work. And no tax on Social Security for old people, for their social Security benefits. He's not everything is bad. Not everything's bad. He's looking after his country. Whatever country, he says, whatever country's tariff and tax the U.S. will apply the same back. Interesting. I've thought the tariff was a bluff pretty much the whole time. I thought it was the art of the deal. I've not been concerned. I think he got a huge rise out of all these people, and that's what he wanted. I think he's just been trolling. I think Trump's just been trolling, and trust me, it's got a lot of Canadians worked up. It's hilarious to me. It's got people in my own family all worked up. Art of the deal. I think he's just trolling. Like he trolled Kim Jong-un with nuclear weapons. We don't have no nuclear weapons in Canada. He trolled guy with nuclear weapons. And then went and shook his hand where no president had done that since, I don't even know. His dad, not him. Maybe a United States president met in North Korea. Pretty crazy. Hate this. Larry Ellison investment and Apple investment. whatever Apple investment, they should be doing that, right? Because there's going to be, what are they going to do about all their goods made in China and India? But Larry Ellison, he's already got enough fucking money. And this guy's going to make an investment so that he can have control of. Oh, it's going to be interesting for Peter Thiel. Oracle, CIA, dangerous. Larry Ellison is this dangerous person. He wants all your information. He's the most low-key richest person in the world. He's the most low-key richest person in the world is Larry Ellison. Talks about mRNA and AI to cure cancer. That's a big no for me. That's a big no. No, thank you. I don't like that guy. I'll give him, he looks like he's in great shape. He's got $1 bajillion. So, who knows what he's doing to look that good and function that well for his age, but zero trust. Trump says they're going to build semiconductor chips in the US. Go ahead. I heard that nobody's as good as the Taiwan company. He put in the Lincoln Riley Act. Let me talk about the Lincoln Riley Act that he signed for that girl that got murdered. By illegal immigrants from Venezuela, or immigrant from Venezuela. And then it was there were some deep ones. There were some good things. Oh, it's crazy that they're just gonna rip bad things about Trump after there were some good things in this thing. Like he signed 2 Venezuelan immigrants kidnapped this 12-year-old girl and tied her up and raped her and killed her in Houston. And Trump, this girl liked animals, and Trump signed an executive order and named this wildlife, what was it, a wildlife refuge, and named it after. Hate the guy all you want. That sounds like a fucking nice thing. Sounds like a nice thing to me. Seems like a nice thing to do. I don't know. RFK Jr. got 2 standing O's, and it's good to see because so much just nasty things about him all the time. He's a good guy. I believe it. No more toxic ideologies in schools because they're just indoctrination centers. He didn't say that, but I say they're indoctrination centers where my parents try to afford the fucking rising cost of living. Their kids getting indoctrinated in these fucking insane little centers that we have to send their kids to. What is he? Fucking awesome. He wants to ban sex changes on children, which sounds like common sense, but for some reason, lots of people believe in it, and our current Canadian government believes in it. That's why there's no minimum age. He said, "You're perfect just the way you are." Isn't that the line yeah, you hear his kids? I don't know if I've heard that, but sounds like those, I guess, maybe like movies or something. This guy. You know, sometimes he makes me fucking laugh. No, he makes me laugh all the time. That's why I watch. Talked about a golden dome. Israel's got the Iron Dome. This guy wants a golden dome. It's just a name. He's calling it the Golden Dome. It's impossible. If you know what the Iron Dome is, doing that is impossible in the United States. He says technology is really great though, so we can do it. No, you can't. Good fucking luck. The United States is like 450 times the size of Israel. Good fucking luck getting that much missile defense around the entire fucking country. Good luck. It's a hilarious adventure. That's insane. Bring all your fucking downsize. Take everything you have, all those fucking military bases all around the world, stick them at home. I'd fucking like to see that. He called Elizabeth Warren Pocahontas. Probably the funniest moment. That's embarrassing that she must be embarrassed. She goes home infuriated. She's grabbing. She probably doesn't drive. She probably has a driver. She's rich. She's a millionaire. She's probably grabbing the back seat. Elizabeth Warren was probably so mad that he called her Pocahontas because she claimed to be a native Indian and she's not. That was fucking funny. Then he says, late in the fucking speech, getting near the end, I think. Yeah. And so he says, Zelensky apparently contacted him and had a change of heart and is ready to make a deal. Hilarious. You're ceding that land, the land that you banned the Russian language and the religion, you're ceding it. Crimea, Donbass, at least. Bill Clinton said Russia never reneged on. No, said Putin never reneged on any promise he ever made. There's going to be peace in the East, possibly. So I think this was the guy that Tucker Carlson asked Putin about getting out. Trump got him out because the Biden administration had no contact with Russia the whole time the war was going on. Because that's how they do diplomacy. Bill Clinton talked to Putin numerous times. Not even Anthony Blinken, nobody. No ambassador, nothing. Talked to Putin. Trump got Mark Fogel released. He was there. And Trump told his grandma, I'm pretty sure, who's like 95 fucking years old, told her last year that he was going to get this guy released. Get her grandson released. What do you know? He has both of them there. He got them released. he does some good things. He can't be all bad. He got a guy who got 14 years in jail over there who they deemed was a spy. And I don't think he was a spy. I think he was actually a journalist. Even though that, I know they do that type of thing in the United States, I'm pretty sure he actually was just a journalist. And he was getting 14 years in a camp. And Trump got him out. Oh, and that's it just so happens where that guy and that woman is from, his grandma is from, is Butler, Pennsylvania, where Trump almost got killed. Pretty insane. Pretty insane. Where Trump almost died resides a guy who was stuck in a prison camp for 14 years. Trump got him out. Trump lived and got him out. And so that's why my title is what it is. God must have saved Trump for a reason. Was it to make America great again? Was it to get Mark Fogel out of a Russian prison camp? Was it to end the war in Ukraine? Was it to ban sex changes on children? Because under Kamala Harris, all these things that he is doing would have continued. A Laken of Riley Act. Because, again, the borders. No tax on tips, overtime Social Security. Biden administration didn't do it for 4 years. What would have changed? Hopefully there's no more trying to trans animals. Hopefully they stop doing that over there in the United States. Stop trying to trans animals. I don't think RFK Jr. wants to trans animals. Women in sports. Loving it. Free speech. Zuckerberg is more lenient. I can tell you that. Because I say some interesting things that people don't like on there. Hiring based on skill and competency instead of identity. I think that's a good thing. Banning the electric car mandate, because that's just not a feasible thing to do. Unless you don't care about how you get those batteries for those electric cars that you want to drive so bad. Slave labor in the mines in Africa. Is getting out of all those stupid global fucking initiatives. And he made some people feel real good. He like one guy that wanted to go to West Point and good athlete and academic high school kid
announced to him that he was getting into West Point. I don't know, made that guy feel good, made those families feel good. I don't know. Yeah, he does some fucking stupid shit. But stupid shit was going on before him too. The Israel thing was going on before him. I've said for fucking 2 years, if anybody doesn't get those fucking Palestinian people out of Gaza, then Israel will kill them all. I've repeated it over and over again. So if I know it sucks that these people want to be on their homeland, Israel's going to kill them. And I'd rather see people live. That's why I want the Ukraine-Russia war to end. And in the end, Trump says, the golden age of America has just begun. And I hope to see it. Be an example for our shitty government, our shitty country. We've been falling apart. And people like to just bury their heads in the sand. They just want quick, convenient entertainment. That's all they want. Quick, convenient entertainment. That's what the majority of people want. The real world is too interesting to me. I'm interested in things every day. Things are blowing my mind every day. I love the world. Okay. Let's sign off. Oh, Epstein's apparently a national security issue. And for some of the information is a national security issue. So it just confirms even more that he was working for Israel.